here. That's Mr. President.
Take it back, people.
So we are here now. I'm with him in flesh, body and flesh, and I want to have Tommy on the screen as well.
Yeah,
I don't know how we're going to do that.
Don't let me move too close to the president so that he's, these men who are bigger than me, they don't deal with me.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I'll adjust my own seat the moment you are captured.
All right. How's that? We're good. Live.
Yeah,
That's like a little problem. That's a solvable problem.
All right, that's better.
Yeah.
How's it on our side? Good. Nice.
Solid, yeah.
Yes.
So, Mr. President.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
It's good to have you here with me
It's
and
good to
Tommy.
Yes.
So they call us the troublemakers, and you are called the disruptor in chief. So I told someone, I said, Sowore is the disruptor in chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Absolutely.
And by the grace of God, the elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I do say again as well that for whatever comes in 2019, you have made your mark. You have been a trailblazer and a pathfinder. And in fact, we just can't thank you enough for the energy and all of that. So, where we are, they are coming on.
See you guys.
Exactly.
This is Lagos.
Exactly. This is us in Lagos.
And I'm here with Maiyegun-General.
That's right.
Adetomiwa.
Sorry, one sec. Let me quickly check my volume.
Okay.
So that people are talking about the volume.
Yeah, I want to be sure.
Okay.
Take the call volume out.
Yeah. So, finally, we are here. I'm going to talk about how the journey has been so far.
Yes.
So, Tomiwa, do you want to say hi before the president?
Yeah, I'm trying to share the link for our people to watch because I'm really happy today that our president is here. It's been a journey of almost a year right now.
Yeah.
And within 1 year, our president has been able to achieve a lot. And so I want to welcome you all for this mini interactive session. This is our own mini presidential debate.
We debate every day.
Any debate without Sowore is not a debate. It's just meeting
it's family meeting.
Family meeting
on the other side.
of who care people,
So you can come a bit closer, Tommy, so that we can capture you.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you all for watching, and we hope you're going to share the links.
Share.
Copy the link, share it on all your WhatsApp groups.
They said the volume is okay, but the picture is not clear. It looks pixelated.
So
maybe
on that side, we see it clear.
Getting a better one from
watch it on Sowore's wall.
You can watch
You're
it on
gonna get
wall.
a better picture on Sowore's wall because I was able to cross check on my phone.
Right.
So please go to Sowore wall, click on the video, click on those 3 dots, copy links, drop it in all your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook page, everywhere. Drop it. Let people join us because we're gonna drop some bombshell today, and it's gonna be very, very interesting.
So this is what we're gonna do, because the screen is a bit far from us. You will be doing us a favor if you have any questions that comes on board, so you can do that for us. So Mr. President, thanks so much for making it down this morning.
Thank you.
And
it's a pleasure meeting you, President, and our friend here. We've been looking forward to the time that we will all be sitting together in Lagos. This is the first time I'm meeting Mayeigun for the first time in life. I mean, fresh and blood. And he's an amazing guy. We've been working together relentlessly since we first crossed each other's paths recently. And it has been amazing. I'm glad to announce to you that everything we've been doing together before now has yielded results beyond even our wildest imagination. That's why we're here today. We've conquered the space that everybody is afraid to even go near. They've always said that, you can't go to Lagos, you can't run against these people, you can't go to their territory. They made it so that people are scared. They made politics dirty so that only the dirtiest can participate in politics. Whereas politics is not supposed to be for dirty people. So we're here to change it, and in fact, we are not here to change. We have changed it already. We're just going to the next.
We are here to sustain it.
Yeah, we're here to sustain it. We're going to the next stage. I don't want to use the next level because that's a fraud.
Yeah,
that next level is fraud.
No, it's a next level of poverty.
Yes.
Abject poverty.
Next level of poverty, next level of corruption, next level of decadence, next level of infrastructure, incompetence, next level of dishonesty, next level of tribalism, next level of
division,
division, identity politics,
next level of terrorism, next level of terrorism. You send 150 police to go and fight a battle your military or 190. Your military men cannot fight. So it's like sending a primary school student to go and write jam.
Yeah.
And I think it's next level of epic listening. That's what.
So, Mr. President, for the fact that you've always been your own, your own anchor of this whole journey, whereby most of your stuffs are not scripted.
You know.
They come from the heart. Like,
that's right.
You just do it that way, and I think that's how it's working for you so far, whereby you don't have to, like, they say if you lie, you have to remember someone. If you say the truth, you don't have to remember anything.
Yeah. Just so that, I don't forget that. A lot of people struggled with me at the beginning. They wanted me to be this person that they expect to be. You should talk this way. This is, they even prescribed for me the kind of haircuts they thought would work. How to talk, how to be diplomatic, how to be presidential. And I made it clear, I'm not trying to be presidential. I'm working to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Those are two different things. If you're trying to be presidential, then you will die being presidential in Nigeria. But if you're working to become the president, people will follow you based on your antecedent. They'll follow you based on your credibility. They'll follow you based on your integrity. And they'll follow you based on your capacity. And we've delivered on all that. They've seen capacity, they've seen pedigree, they've seen intelligence, they've also seen history. Some of the things that came out in the process of running, I never knew they existed. The Abiola video that somebody brought out.
That one came out before you actually.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I brought that out because you know what?
I didn't know it existed.
I actually brought another one out. The one you had in London. There was this lecture you gave in London. I think it was in 2009. 2009. It's a long time. Yeah. I was watching that on YouTube, and I just got hooked. I did wow. So I had to stream it live on Mayeigun's diary, and people accepted that, and people began to research into who is Sowore beyond Sahara reporters.
That's right.
So eventually they got to know that you've always been like this, natural, and you want things done rightly, even though not at this level of you challenging them, taking them on. So
How have you been coping with youth that doesn't believe in themselves, that believe that you're not right enough to attack the system and change?
Oh no, it's you see, this is not new. We met the same situation when we arrived at university in 1989, University of Lagos. University of Lagos used to be known as a Kofo show. So if you didn't wear nice shoes, nice clothes, if you didn't have a car, and you cannot tell a vacation story that shows that you traveled to London after our first semester, you will belong nowhere. And we discovered very quickly that it was due to lack of self-esteem. That you could wear slippers to class if that's all you have. You don't have to fake it. So there are a lot of fake people out there, and our society, unfortunately, is terrible in that regard, in the sense that we are very materialistic. People depend on how they look, how you look. If you go to somebody, almost immediately look out of the window to see which car you drove to their place before they decide how to talk to you. All of that has to be psychological, it's a lack of self-esteem. So what we do is to say, look, this is what I did in 1993. I'm standing right behind Abiola, and people are like, wow, so that means I could do this. So a lot of people are coming out of their shell. They're discovering that there's a lot they can do that they haven't done, and that they don't have time on their hands. If you don't do it now, nobody will do it for you. And there's nobody who's going to write your history based on the car you drove, or the quality or the label on the back of your shirts. They are going to write it based on the quality of your character, in which none of the things that you are doing now would matter. Have you ever asked yourself what car Wole Soyinka drives? Because it's not important.
I don't even know the kind of car Abiola drove during this time.
Abiola. When Abiola became a quality person, when his car didn't matter anymore. At the time Abiola died, he had no car, I'm sure. Of course. He had no private jets anymore. He had sold the jet. But he died maybe with one. In fact, when I saw his body during the burial, you know, it was part of the reason why I lost interest in everything else. Because, you know, his skin was pale and he was wrapped in just a white cloth, maybe 4 or 5 yards. And then, in fact, I met the imam who conducted his burial yesterday at Temakas here that day. You know, and they were all talking about how this was such a vain place. So it's what we must understand that, and I'm addressing this base, I'm addressing it broadly so that people can understand, especially all these young people who are out there asking questions that are irrelevant about, oh, why didn't you go and start from local government?
You can't change anything from local government because you're going to be under the governor and the governor is going to mess you up.
You know, why can't you go to the Senate? You don't even need to defend that. You know, you are everybody that is running Nigeria now most likely is not even as good as you are.
That's
you know, yes. And when you look at history, the oldest person among the independent, pre-independent activists in Nigeria was Zik. Zik was in his 40s. The rest of them were then in their 30s, 20s. The likes of Bolage, 20-something.
Yeah, Bola was not even this dude, the one that was killed, the former Attorney General.
That's Bolage now.
No, I mean not that one. Yeah. There was one Attorney General that time that the king of Oyo had an issue with.
Yes.
He was in his 20s. He was like 22.
Yes. So
you know, so they were all young.
When I was active, fighting for this country, fighting for democracy, when I stood behind Abiola in Nigeria, I was 22 years old.
So why are people not telling you now that
I was qualified to be president in 1993, and I would have run this country better than all these bozos. So it's part of the internalization of inferiority complex that has been, you know.
Because they keep coming to me, they asking me why is he going for president? He has a better chance if he contests for Senate.
But when you ask them, who is going to be president? So I'm going to be a senator under Buhari.
And I'm even telling them, isn't it a problem of, like you said, inferiority complex?
Yeah.
For somebody to think that Buhari, who is here to show us his certificate, should be president over
a guy who has a master's degree.
Yeah. So it's not
even about stamina.
Yeah, it's not even about
capacity, who is exposed, who can get things done.
It's not even about you traveling abroad right now. You are the already here in this Lagos.
Yes.
Lagos, University of Lagos was established here in Nigeria during, you know, time Buhari was still in high school.
Yeah.
So he had the opportunity to actually go to University of Lagos and get the degree.
Yeah.
So if he's here to do that in the last 60 years since the establishment of Unilag, so what makes him feel like he's better than you? And you should be
the truth is that what is interesting is not the people who we are up against are not the ones making the arguments. It's the oppressed people themselves that are making the arguments.
That's why I want to know, how do you intend to change their mindset?
No, we're talking and we're carrying on just so that they would know. And I think already at this point, and I'm not saying it to be definite, but I think there's truism in it, that a lot of people have come to realize that that argument is very frivolous and nebulous, that these guys have something upstairs. And I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking even on behalf of younger candidates who have been able to show and demonstrate that they are better than these old cargoes in terms of how we express ourselves, our ideas, and how we've shown that we can get things done. If you look at the bigger or the big candidates, they're not even talking to anybody. They're being shielded. You know?
I don't even see them as big candidates because they don't even talk about what they're going to do.
Exactly, they're not.
Buhari is here to talk about
you can't hear anything that Buhari has said since this election cycle started. That since he started contesting, the only thing I've heard from Atiku is probably that he will sell an NPC. And when they do rallies, they don't talk at rallies. They just go there, wave at people, and then they run away because it's clearly engineered to make them feel popular. But I have been to 32 states. I've done 100 events.
Out of 36. You know, Buhari has never been to all 36 states
since he came to office. And I don't have a presidential jet.
Yeah, there's a free ride for you to tour
everywhere.
Free ride, free
security,
free food, free everything.
Yeah, let's start this time with your own program.
Yeah.
You have been repetitious about your stuff, right?
Yes.
Every minute you keep telling us what you want to do and all of that. So to have this on record on Mayegun's diary today, so we'll start with the Spicer Eats, which is the popular manifesto of Take It Backers.
That's right.
And you have been your own apostle.
Absolutely.
Like, you've never given the job to anybody. Nobody can say this is Sowore's spokesman. Everyone is your spokesman. And
everybody speaks for me. Everybody who is in on this, who believes in us, is our spokesperson.
They do that.
Yes.
So what we're going to do now is that let's start taking them one by one.
Yes.
And I'll be like taking questions on the current situation of the country. Then you will be picking from your own program on how you're going to tackle that.
Go ahead.
So let's start with this youth unemployment.
Yes.
In 2015, the unemployment figure in Nigeria was 7.5 million or thereabout. Then they gave us another figure that said we had 25 million unemployed Nigerians. So,
because I'm unable to watch it, I'm trying to check the quality of it.
Okay. So, in your own program today, Nigeria should have declared a state of emergency on unemployment, like seriously. Before it was under Buhari. We were told that in 2 years, 13.5 million Nigerians lost their jobs. Yes. But lately, the NBS said we now have 21.3 million Nigerians who are now unemployed.
Yes.
And you, as our only incoming president, so what is that in your own manifesto that is about to at least cut this spiral, crisis in a time frame that you can actually tell us from the Spicer Eats?
Absolutely. Unemployment will be solved by addressing major other problems that are facing the country. I'm sure you heard it from me too many times that one of the things we need to do is to turn Nigeria into a construction site where we are rebuilding infrastructure. For instance, we need to build over 17 million homes. When you look at it, if you want to build a house in Nigeria today, you go to Benin Republic, go and look for good tilers. You know why? They have spent 5 years teaching them in their technical schools how to tile. Over here, we are doing ad hoc training, in the name of Skill Acquisition Center. So instead of obtaining a diploma and degree, you are doing freedom into misery. That is why our unemployment process has to be tied into a broad education program that would not only provide education to people who are going to school and support them, but in every local government, I want to see a community college, community university in which you can spend 2 years and obtain a degree. And if you want to spend 2 more years, so you can learn how to tile, but not only learn how to tile, that when you go and tile, you should be able to, the quality of your job will be high quality. They can be asking for Nigerian tilers all over the African region, the same way Chinese people bring their tilers to come and do work for us here. You cannot do that by school acquisition centers. You do it in a formal way. Where you live, when somebody comes to your house to check your plumbing, they come with their own machine on how to get paid. In fact, in the US, before they touch it, they get $150 first before they touch it. Even if it's that your toilet seat is broken or that even if they end up not doing it, that appearance fee is taken care of. And the man has his own machine. He will say, "This is my company. You give me your credit card." He will enter it. It charges is $150. So, that's what education does to you. What I'm saying is, part of the training you are getting being a tiler is that you are also able to process your invoices so that you get paid and you are secured. And as you are processing your invoices, the state is also getting its own part of the tax. So that there's nobody doing anything through the back door. Everything will be flowing. But let me tell you the big employment programs and projects we have. I've mentioned 17 million units of housing to be built. They will be built by our people. We also have over 24,000 megawatts of electricity to add to the current miserable 3,000 megawatts.
3,000.
You understand? And just so that I make it not too complex, look at what Egypt did between December 2016 and this year, 2018, Egypt built 14,000 megawatts, 14,500 megawatts of electricity and added to their national grid. That puts in the homes of 40 million people. 40 million people were hooked onto the national grid. 40 million in Egypt. It cost $7.2 billion to do it. Nigeria spent, under the PDP government, $16 billion to generate darkness. So, do you know how many people will be employed? If we had done it right, over 2 million people will be employed. You're talking about electrical engineers, designers, you're talking about people who are architects, you're talking about structural engineers, you are talking about accountants, you're talking about lawyers looking at the legal implications. Everybody will be at work just trying to. I was mentioning that just to send gas pipelines to everybody's home in Nigeria, which we don't have. There's no infrastructure for gas yet in this country. That one, it will increase our GDP huge. But beyond that, it will provide jobs for nothing less than 3 million people. Just to hook, this is water pipeline, but you are doing gas now. And most of Nigeria also don't have water yet. So by the time I'm breaking it down to you at the level of what will happen with people just fixing things. Then what about roads? We have 20,000 kilometers of highway, managed by the federal government. You cannot find 30 kilometers of highway anywhere in Nigeria. I've traveled around where you can drive consistently without really.
There's no place in Nigeria to drive 5 minutes without 60 miles per hour without touching your brake. Yeah. There's no place.
We went through from Jalingo to Yola. That's where I met the Fulani herdsmen on the way. The highest we could go for about 200 kilometers was 35 miles per hour. Highest.
That's even good.
So imagine that you dualize the highway.
Yes. You can't drive 50 miles
Imagine you dualize all the highways that is owned by the federal government. Of course, get people to build it. Again, engineers, construction workers, business people. Everybody's at work there. That's another 2 to 3 million people. To double that from 20,000 kilometers to 40,000 kilometers. And that is what America did when they had their depression. They had the interstate highway system from the east coast to the west coast,
north to south.
So you go from roads, we're also talking about railway systems. Because I have said it and I'll keep repeating, Nigeria is not big. And there's nothing complex about Nigeria.
That's very true.
It's just
Nigeria is not as big.
Nigeria is not as big as Alaska. It's just one state in the US. And I've traveled around Nigeria and I can report back to you guys who have not traveled that Nigeria is not big.
There are more
we only have big problems
than
Nigeria. We just have big problems and big for nothing politicians.
They are not even big.
Who are driving like big cars, forgetting to the rules of
Do you even know why they drive big cars? Sorry to say. We boats live in America. We know why people use SUV.
Yes.
They use it to tow, maybe boats or extra trailers. So I asked Nigerian big men, why are you driving a V12 and you don't tow anything? You don't have any trailer attached to you, you don't have any campers or any mobile home. They say, well, it's because the roads are bad. So they need something with a big tire
to just be able to drive. Instead of fixing the roads, Well, I'll tell you something. They are using it to tow their stupidity.
I like that. Yeah. So they drive SUV to tow their stupidity because it's huge.
It's huge.
You need a huge power.
So we're still talking employment now. Look at the number of teachers we need. We need 200,000 teachers immediately. Especially if we are taking 13 million kids out of the streets. We need.
I was actually coming there.
Yes. So these teachers are people who have just finished their NYC. They trained for 6 months. 6 months is not enough to train a good teacher. But let's start from there so that they can get back to work and the training can be continuous. So for the health sector, 160,000 health sector practitioners, doctors, nurses, put them back to work. We hired them, and in all of this, I'm guaranteeing you, 100,000 minimum wage. So that, yes.
To buttress your point, if you're taking 30 million kids out of school, at the rate of 40
out of street,
back to school. At the rate of 40 pupils per teacher, that will require 325,000 new teachers.
Yes, but we are doing 200 teachers first year.
That 325,000 that's more than the total number of police officers we have right now.
Exactly.
Like if you add all the police officers in Nigeria together, they're not 325,000. So probably that's going to be the largest recruitment
for exactly.
Recruitment sector.
So what we're saying is this: we are breaking it down also to numbers. We're spending 100,000 naira to take a child out of the streets, 100 per year. That will pay for the teachers, it will pay for class size, infrastructure, and things like that. But if we don't make that investment, here is the consequence. In the future, we will have to spend 14,000 naira to feed a child that didn't grow up properly, who end up in prison. Because the best way to keep our prison system alive is not to train our kids when they're growing up. You know, it's the easiest way to build the mass that goes to prison. You know, I'm not saying that every prisoner didn't go to school. Yeah. A lot of criminals in our political system who are well educated.
But the real criminals are not in prison.
Yeah, they are not in prison.
Yeah, those in prison are.
But
those,
imagine that we are spending 14,000 naira to feed a prisoner per day, but we are not willing to spend 100,000 naira to send a child to school per year. And the money is there. You know, we have money, huge amount of money lying around from UBEC. Is in the coffers of the Central Bank of Nigeria. But governors are required to add their own so that before they can distribute. But governors are not interested in drawing down the UBEC money because their children don't go to school.
Yeah, why should they?
So even when it gets to them, they use it for other things. They embezzle the money.
Like my own governor in Omo State, he's been building one model school for 8 years now. That model school
has not been completed, but he has completed his house in Adetomiwa.
He has completed his house in Dubai.
Yeah, in Dubai, in
Lagos. You know, he's one of the richest Nigerians right now. Yeah. Somebody told me with classified information and evidence that my governor is worth over 800 billion naira. Wow. I was like, how is that possible? How is that possible? Then they started showing me cash picture that there are people in Nigeria that can sum up cash up to $50 billion for presidential campaign.
Absolutely. This is where Buhari is getting all his money from. You know, that's why you see your governor has a different candidate for governor and a different candidate for this year.
So that's why,
because they cannot afford to be out of the political system. Otherwise, they will be bankrupted.
So that's how Saraki was able to make 400 million for each state during the last
president. And he said something like,
that's a violation of electoral act. You are not permitted to donate more than 1 million naira to any campaign. Yeah. Somebody verbally opened his mouth, verbally
400 million.
Where did he get it? That he paid 400 million per state. Yeah. One person, and that person is still not under arrest.
Yes.
Kapabiodi in Ogun State said he gave the incumbent governor of Ogun State $200 million, $1 million worth. Then it was 200 billion naira. On the eve of the campaign, on the eve of the election, to run things, to buy votes. And that dude is still on the street.
In fact, he's running for office himself now.
And INEC is not doing anything to disqualify him or to do anything.
Now, let's speak on something else.
Yeah.
Another thing that bothers me most is that, in fact, he exposes our hypocrisy as a country. Healthcare.
Yeah.
Politicians in this country feel comfortable, right, to face electorate and tell them that I'm going to give you good health. I'm going to build, a new healthcare system for you and the rest of that. But they never did, right? So, to the point that even our own president spokesman came on here and told us that. Sorry, one second. I want to capture my face properly there.
Yes.
Help me with that. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. So the spokesman for the president came out and said, President Buhari, and I think it was in 2016, right? That President Buhari was going to London to fix ear infection.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't given so many ridiculous.
And at the same time, these guys are not just hurting the entire country. They even hurt themselves, whereby the budget for healthcare in Aso Rock, and the first lady came out and said there was no even a syringe, not to talk of a tablet.
Why should they buy it?
So there's no basis. Look, don't let us waste our time with what the first lady said and what the president did say. There is no.
But we can see the rocks of the healthcare in this country.
There's no incentive for them to build anything here.
There's no reason for that.
So the president of the country don't go to Nigeria hospital when he's sick, even if it's an ear infection. When his daughter got pregnant, Sarah, she didn't have a kid, baby in Nigeria. There's no incentive to be a Nigerian citizen, even by the daughter of the president. The reason they have their kids abroad is because they want their kids to have citizenship of other countries, because they can't wait to run away from here.
So what are you
when they want to go on vacation, they don't go to any of they don't go anywhere. They just ship out of Nigeria. So what we want to do, or what we will do, is, as I've said, build Nigeria, right? Today, if a Nigerian celebrity travels to Ghana, 5 minutes later he's sending us pictures of the airports in Ghana, as if he went to the moon.
Because of what we have,
because we don't have anything working for us over here. If we have to build this country, we have to invest in this country, we have to make the necessary arrangement for people in this country to have what they deserve. That is why I'm very passionate about minimum wage, for workers, because if they get a minimum wage that is close to a living wage, they will invest in this country, they will invest in their children, the local economy will be booming. Whereas when you pay a senator 14 million naira, the moment he gets paid, he travels to Dubai, or he will buy a car for his girlfriend. The money is never spent here. But when you give money to regular people, they will spend it in their own. And this is how it is done. Sometimes people will tell you that, oh, America is a capitalist society. I've never seen any society that's probably as socialist as America, even though they don't call it that. Because if you look at what they invest in welfare of ordinary people, the subsidies that they give to farmers, and the fact that they can go and loot any country outside America,
just to buttress that point, there are people that make almost $80,000 yearly on government subsidies in America. They live on Section 8 government housing.
Of course.
You get subsidy on your housing. You get what is called Obama phone. We call it Lifeline. You are too poor to afford a phone. The telephone company must give you phone and give you service on it, including data. So you can be checking information on Facebook. It's a law. There's a law for that. Then you get Obama phone. They call it Obama phone that time. You get food stamps. The minimum you get on your food stamp is $200 in some states, $160 in some states. Now, if it's just you, if you are like a family of 3, 4, you get up to 1,200. So you get food stamp, you get subsidized housing,
and you get Medicaid.
You get Medicaid, meaning you can go to hospital for anything that is wrong with you
and get treated. They have no right to reject you. They have Medicaid.
In Nigeria, there's no ambulance. Like if something happened right now, you have to take Okada. You see that picture of that burnt dude that was roasted, and that guy, the only means he can get to the hospital is to sit on an Okada. There was nobody even holding him. You see that's the shit old status of Nigeria right now. So in America, it's more like a socialist country, even though they make it look like it's full capitalist.
America has got its own problem, which is something we can discuss in the future. But we are talking about our country now. So, and all this investment that we need to make is not that expensive. Forget about all these things they tell you that, because they always have a pushback position when you say, why didn't you build, why are you talking about Nigeria like that? Nigeria don't have enough money to do what you're asking us to do. When you look at the budget is been budgeted for to do road from Lagos to Abeokuta maybe in the last 20 years, every year. And somebody will take the money that's meant for the road, convert it to his own, build a house. We were having a conversation before we came down. Now, where do government people get money to buy tiles to build their own hotels?
Gigantic hotels.
But they cannot get tiles to build, the state general hospital. So, and it is deliberate. It's deliberate wickedness for people to take what belongs to the generator of our people, convert it to their own, and we go there and praise them and we talk about it. Wow, look at this house, massive house. This man, God has blessed him. And
they give him shifting
and you give them national awards. We have to change also our value system, in such a, but that one has to come internally. It's a work we have to do in reprogramming our people. I don't want to say that people are brainwashed.
They're brainwashed.
No, the reason I don't say, let me just say, the reason I don't say they are brainwashed is that the people who are governing Nigeria, they don't have the brain power to brainwash anybody. So we are ascribing to them the capacity they don't.
I agree with that.
Somebody who doesn't talk to you, how can you brainwash you?
So probably they employ people to brainwash. See, just to buttress your point too, I used to tell people when Mayeigun was governor in my state, because I like to use my state as an example. He built
That's Ogun State.
Yeah, he built conference hotel with good tiles, everything. The same year, he built hospital in my local government, the Adetomiwa Hospital. That Adetomiwa Hospital is dilapidated. There was no bed, but there was bed in the conference hotel. So I was now telling people, they said, well, I shouldn't say that he was rich. I said, okay, is the governor richer than the state?
Every bed has a comforter.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Like five
5 layers of
they have washing machine
on it.
So why can't you have the same for the
guess what? The grass,
some rooms have like 10 pillows.
The grass in the conference hotel is greener than the area that we eat. You understand what I'm trying to say? And there's a big, huge bush in front of Adetomiwa Hospital today. So these people are deliberately.
So it's a deliberate.
They are stupid because they don't have ideas, and they are the wickedness is deliberate. Yeah. Just like he said, they intentionally do it to make people poor, so that people can be subject to their command. Because, like he said, I don't really believe they have common sense. They are not that smart, but they hired people to help them brainwash the people. Because if you look at it now, it is the same people, the oppressed, the sufferer, the downtrodden, that are defending them. They are the one that will tell us, just shut up, how much do you have? Should it be about money or how much help we can give to them?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So, just to protest your point, these people are evil. You will see the houses they are building in Daurana. It's better than the hospital federal government is building. So, when a senator told me that federal government only spent 800 billion of 2.6 trillion, allocated for capital expenditure in 2018. So you expect to spend almost 3 trillion for capital expenditure, and you refuse to spend the money, even though the money is on ground. But guess what? The president has never refused to collect his security votes.
Yes.
He has never refused to collect every allocation allocated for I don't want to say White House, Asoro. All his 70,000 million naira babbing fee. Whether he babbed the year or not, even when he was in hospital, he's collecting his babbing fee. And they are not babbing the year in the hospital. You understand? So look at that. So they've been collecting all the money as allocated for themselves, and they've been refusing to allocate the money for projects. Because if you build the roads, if you build the hospitals, who are the people that will use it? The poor people. So they don't want poor people to have anything. So that is why I want my president to take his message more to the poor, to let them know that he's fighting for them, he's working for them. It is in their own interest to stop defending these people. If people come to destroy this place now, to disrupt our event, they will never be old people.
Of course.
They will never be rich people. It's going to be the young one that they've hired people to brainwash. I don't want to say they are the one brainwashing them. So please,
it's a pattern of oppression actually. Not even the people they hire to supposedly brainwash. I've never been able to identify anyone of them.
Oh, like Analytica, Cambridge Analytica. They hire those white people to
but those ones are just occasional interventions, but they are permanent people that use. They're not smart. I see the articles in the newspaper. They don't have depth. When they make arguments, because they dominate the conventional media.
I mean, they have one of your friends, Oluwaseyi, is one of those.
I don't want to react to I don't know him well enough to call him my friend. These are people that we met nominally during, the 2015. I wouldn't even say, I think I met Tolu for the first time after 2015 at the social media week in Lagos. So it's not, we don't.
So you guys are just like acquaintances.
Yeah, that's right. So, but let's even assume that those ones are hired. So I don't see.
These are the ones
they're not smart.
They are not exactly. I've had
you can't sell a bad product even if you have the best salesperson.
I mean, like you see Abati that was hired by the previous government to bamboozle us is now
deputy
governor to Roji. So that tells you something.
Now let's speak of this, because presently now Nigeria. When I was in Glasgow, I usually think, well, I believe things were really bad, but since I came down to this place, I found out that it's actually worse. It's like Nigeria is underreported, right?
Oh yeah.
I've seen children begging, and the numbers has been like sort of increasing and all of that. And there's no sign, there's no hope that it's going to change. Everyone is busy about 2019 right now and all of that, but it's someone like you, right? People can have something to look up to, something new, something fresh, and the rest of that, right? Let's take, this issue of unemployment, poor education, and so on and so forth. The poverty, spreading poverty, is sort of pushing more people to crime, so to say, because people need to survive.
Yeah.
Now, Boko Haram guys, up there, are not mainly Nigerians anymore. we now have a porous border whereby people from the J, Chad, and all those nonsense.
Let me stop you in your tracks. It's an oxymoron to claim that Nigeria has porous borders.
We don't even have border, yeah?
If you say that, you are saying that there's a border somewhere and it's leaking in some places. So one of the things I did, so that I'm not in doubt about how bad things are, was to travel around Nigeria, on ground, by air, in some cases by water. And I've done all of it since I started 9 months ago. I went up to a place called Jimba, and this was live stream. It's a border town between Nigeria and I think Nigeria Republic in Zamfara State. They have just one pole, to demarcate the border. It's a transactional border crossing between our immigration department, customs, and whoever wants. You can bring anything to Nigeria. There's a market nearby there where there's human trafficking, weapons, I'm sure, being sold. What I've said, and it's true, is that there is this country is vast land of ungoverned territory. Yes. Nobody is governing a huge swath of land in Nigeria. And that has led to the creation of ungovernable parts of the country. And what is ungovernable? The moment there is vacuum in leadership or governance, some elements will take over whatever they can take over. So you go to Niger Delta, you walk into a market, somebody will alert you and say they are in charge of this market. That they are not police, they are not government. They are governing the place, and they are rendering the place ungovernable for government. The same thing is happening along the borders. We don't have any border police. We don't have any border demarcation.
So
they don't even have like milestones. So you're just walking and out. You pay your regular fee to customs, depending on who is closer to you, depending on what you are bringing in. You pay to customs, immigration, they collect it. You walk in, walk out. You go and do whatever you want to do. You can bring a weapon of mass destruction into Nigeria, explode it, and drive back out.
Wow.
So nothing will stop you. We don't have borders.
So the story they've been saying is true, that the border patrol, what we have as our own border patrol, the custom officer, they are not working for the government, they're working for the private people like Dangote to help them check.
They don't even hide it. So these days, you will even see immigration officers, custom officers, driving cars that are donated by individuals. They write it there, donated by Association of Border, Custom, or something. Then in Port Harcourt, we are accompanied by 2 police cars that were donated by Dangote Foundation. The moment you allow security to become a philanthropic process, then how do you then send the police to go and arrest Dangote if he commits a crime? When he's the one who donated?
I visited the state border access.
They have the custom vehicles are donated to them by
the locals,
probably even smugglers.
The locals, do you know what they told me? They said Dangote gave guns to Nigerian security to kill them. I said, why would you do that? They said, well, because they too import 1 or 2 bags of rice to eat, and they felt that one is disturbing their own market share. And because of that, because the big people who has given money to the border patrol and the custom officers to kill anybody at sight, that they decimated all their villages, they've killed their people. There are all the young ones that are growing up in their villages, and they are not from there, they are from the north. I said, why? They said, well, because they felt like that is what is going on. So now that story is true, that our government apparatus is they are working.
They have been privatized. Yes.
So what I'm going to do about security generally, if you don't mind sharing, because we know all these problems now, right?
Yeah.
And I keep saying that all we need is just a political will. So if someone like you have the opportunity, finally, next year, without us waiting for 6 months anymore before we can take action, what would be your first line of action in curbing some of, because you can't cover the border even in 2 years, so to say, right?
Oh yeah, you can't cover it, but you can reform. You can do a lot of things that will reform processes along the border. You can create artificial borders.
But people keep saying that, you know what people say, right? They say you're not going to bring in your new people. You still have to make use of the same people working there right now.
You can make use of new people to take control of processes, and make sure that government is being run transparently and effectively, you can do that. The president has the capability to hire over 10,000 people. When Buhari had the chance, he hired dead people. You saw that. So, and I'm not going to take 6 months for appointment ministers. It takes place that first week of swearing in, if not the day of swearing in, ministers will be announced. And all the people that are needed, we brought in immediately, in charge of border security. We bring in people who are technologically wired, because a lot of the processes that we need to handle can also be automated. We can be checking our borders without necessarily putting too many officers there. We have technology that can even look at our borders around without, we have unmanned area vehicles that can be checking borders for us, look at where they are porous, make our agents move there immediately. We can create artificial borders in very horrible places where there's frequency of intrusion by these characters. And but here we're talking about people who are only interested in border where it is lucrative. So everybody wants to work in Owode, they want to work in Benin Republic, Cotonou, they want to work at the airport, they want to work at the ports. Nobody wants to work in Zamfara because it's not lucrative. So when you have a government that is doing its job, that is doing what is right, and is effectively doing that, everybody will sit up. What is interesting is that we have met civil servants in the course of doing this who said to us, look, the reason we are doing what we're doing is because everybody's doing it. If someone comes out to say we cannot continue like this, we will have to sit up, because we know that there are rules and processes that will make us lose our jobs if we don't do what is right. But nobody is asking us to do anything. We just come to work, we do what we have to do, as opposed to doing what we should be doing. So, and this is as a result of the fact that this government people are not interested in governance. If you give Buhari another 20 years, he has nothing else to offer you. The man's brain is empty. There's nothing up there that can move this country in any particular progressive direction than what you are getting now. Even people who are with them, who are working for them, they have moments of truth. If you are close to them, they will tell you that the problem of the man is that he has nothing upstairs. But that's the kind of leaders they want, because they can hide behind an empty guy to perpetrate all kinds of atrocities and enrich themselves and say, it's Buhari, don't blame me. But if you have a leader who is taking charge, who can stand up to and ensuring that he's available to work 24/7, he doesn't close after 4 hours of work to not rest for 12 hours. That's what I heard. The man doesn't work more than 4 hours a day. He doesn't read. Yeah. He doesn't communicate.
They read intelligence report to him in Fufude because he can't read it in English.
So I don't care how it is read to him, but I doubt that he's even listening to the Fufude version of it. I don't even think he can process, because for you to process Fufude now, you must be able to process, your brain must be able to process something. What we're getting is different, and it's very important that people know this. Until you make that decision, you can make conscious decision to elect or put in place a leader who can make things happen. We're just wasting it. See, I hate to keep repeating the same thing, because it's obvious and known to a lot of people that this current situation is unsustainable. Like, it cannot take you and I, or anybody for that matter, anywhere. So why are we here deceiving ourselves that, we can argue from now till eternity. The line is clear between good and bad, between progress and backwardness and retrogression, between peace and war, between order and chaos. Yes. The line is clear, and we already know. Those who are watching us, they know.
Since you are still on security, yes. What do you think about the policy of giving amnesty to Boko Haram and reintegrating them into Nigerian military?
No, look, the problem is not who you give amnesty to. The problem is who is running the military. Amnesty is our own lazy way of resolving the problem. Yes. So we try all our things and it doesn't work. We say, okay, maybe if we give amnesty to a few people, it will help us. It's not going to help us. What you do when you have an insurgency in your hand is usually all form of insurgency lasts 10 years. And if you cannot kill it at 10 years, you have to completely change your strategy. It's the reason why I said to people, I'm going to fire every garden general that's involved in fighting insurgency. All of them, their hands are soiled. They are prolonging insurgency because it is big business.
So making money from it.
They are making money. It's not going to end with this, present crop of generals. This is how they make their money. You are wasting your time thinking that these generals will one day wake up and say, okay, we're tired of Boko.
You say Brutai didn't buy the house with snake farming proceeds?
It's not. It's a lie.
There's a place in Kuto where they have lots of snake. The people are still poor, so I'm trying to wonder.
You know how you make money from snake?
Brutai was able to buy mansions.
No, but it's part of what we're saying. To even find Nigerians who can justify that kind of line of phrasing of the line of stupid thought tells you that we are in trouble in this country. Snake farming, the man doesn't even have up to maybe 20 snakes in his snake farm. And
just like Saraki said, he's making money from selling rice, farming rice. Yeah. I went to Lorraine last week. I went around some places in Kwara State. I didn't see a single silo. When you drive around the Midwest America, right? You see those silos in every town.
Rice mills.
You see those elevators, beside the train.
You don't even have to drive.
So that that they are planting.
Google all the silos in America and know which one is working and which one is not. What is kept inside.
So there's no silo in Kwara. So where are they storing the rice before they process it?
There's no rice.
Or are they selling the rice straight from the farm?
There's no rice.
And you see my own state governor too said there was something called Mitros rice, because I don't want to use East because it never existed.
We had the rice pyramid built constructed in Ogun State.
We took camera there, we found out that it was sandbags and sawdust bagged. And
not even rice.
Not rice.
But
I mean, can't they even buy rice?
Who will defend that?
Can't they even buy rice and pretend that rice was planted in our state? Probably imported rice. You know what I mean? Put it in bags and deceive us properly.
And in the middle of this,
people are so arrogant with their deception.
There are some people that have even tried little and have shown that they can do wonders. The guy at Kebbi, also a thief, because he used to keep Abacha's money. He made 120 billion naira from growing rice last year.
Wow.
120 billion.
So why did he stop?
He hasn't stopped. He's still doing it. Yeah, he's still doing it.
In
fact, he has a relationship with Lagos,
Lake rice.
If you are a state government in Nigeria, the most amount of money you can get from federal allocation is 4 billion. So you multiply 4 billion by 12 months, you don't even get up to what the guy made.
Not even half.
Yes. So what that tells you is that with a little bit of ingenuity and commitment, there is ability in this country to be self-sustaining, to have food security. And that takes us to why in the agricultural sector, we are going to create 1,000 entrepreneurs for our local government. So you can grow whatever. For example, my own part of Ondo State, we have fish there. Yeah. Even if we cannot find fish in the lake because of the oil pollution, we will create fisheries all over the place and be supplying fish to because there's plenty of water. Everywhere you turn in around North, there's water. The lake in my village you can grow fish in it. You can just go in there, seal one side up, and put new fingerlings in it.
You can even put nets around it, clean the water with calcium carbonate to take away any acidity,
and then
put your fingerlings and feed them.
So that there's balance. There needs to be pH balance too. But nobody is willing to do anything. Everybody is just waiting for oil money.
And the oil is not.
And it's more lucrative to be a militant than to be a fisherman.
Yeah, the oil is not. You see,
but you can make more money being a fisherman than being a militant.
The oil is not even bringing money. This is a field I wish I could tell Nigerians. I know much about oil business. Do you know that NNPC is yet to make profit since 1979? If you put NNPC on the table as a company like UAC, like another company, they don't make profit. Every of their investment in joint venture is coming from federal budgets.
Yes.
And they never bring in profit. The only thing they bring back is royalty. Those companies actually paid for federal government if we don't have NNPCs in the first place. So what do you think you're going to do in curbing corruption in NNPC? What are you going to do with NNPC?
NNPC may not be making profits, but people in NNPC are making profits,
sure.
obviously. Sure. And what we will do with NNPC is transparency. We have to bring in people there who can run the place transparently. If we know how much we're selling, how much we're making from joint venture, how much we're making from royalties, you know, as a reporter, I saw documents upon documents of people who didn't pay royalties. Yes. In fact, we lost $60 billion to unpaid royalties.
Why should they
because
pay?
There's no incentive
they said the NPC is owing them cash call, so they are using the royalty to pay for the cash call.
The question is,
how are they able to operate those things? How are they able to invest without any?
But the question you should ask yourself is, why is it that the joint venture companies, the guys on the other side, are making huge profits? Because they are gaming us, you know, because they know that our system is not transparent. You understand? You know, this is the truth within even in terms of knowing how many barrels of oil we export. Yeah. This is the only country in the world where the calibrators don't work.
Oh, nothing works here.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to mention.
They fill it up.
I don't want to mention my own company, so that I don't do some damages.
Yeah.
You see, you know that the Nigerian department or the Nigerian region of my company is governed differently from the rest of the global one. Because the way they operate here is different.
I don't want to, everything is opaque, it's hidden. You know,
the way they operate here, I was reading our news one day, and they say our branch in Nigeria operated for 10 years without a single injury, no recordable injury. I'm like, you know, how is that possible? Nobody, no finger, nobody put their finger. This is something that happened
frequently. Even in America.
Yeah, in America, where there's training, there's OSHA, there's everything. So I'm like, how did they make it 10 years, no single recordable injury? How did it happen? Our HR department here is now living in London. You know, like, it's not like I can call the Canada department of our region of our company and ask a question. In Nigeria, there's nobody to call. You see the name, you see the number is not working. So that's to tell you that the system in our own NPC is really, really bad. Because, and I am against the current system we use in mining our oil because it's limiting our production. Yeah. For instance, I felt like the oil should belong to the people and let people go and invest in it and pay taxes back to government. Yeah. So that way, government doesn't have to look for money they don't have, and the production will not be capped. For instance, I'm going to use the state of North Dakota as an example. Yes. In 2005, the state of North Dakota was producing 5,000 barrels of oil a day. Yes. But because the state have a kind of a law called mineral rights, where the individual who owns the land owns the oil. Yes. The people went and put in their pension together for 1K to invest in their own property. Do you know that as at the time oil crashed in 2014, even up to this moment, the state of North Dakota is producing 1.3 million barrels of oil a day. That is almost the amount of oil Nigeria is producing within how many years of turnaround? 5 years of turnaround. And the reason why that was possible was because government is not putting in any money. All what government did was provide the roads for people to drive in their truck, you know, the infrastructure. So
you pay taxes.
You understand? So now in your own land, though there is oil. Yes. You cannot go to your village and drill borehole and bring the oil out when you drill water out. The reason is because the government said they own it. Now the government that own it is not using our facilities. They are not investing in it. Yeah. It's there. So everybody in that village are poor right now because what God gave them, endowed them with, they can't use it. And the government said they don't have money to use it. And nobody's making profit. So for government to actually mine Nigerian oil, we have to pay international company the so-called...
Not only that, the biggest fraud in this is the transportation of the crude. So after you mine, the oil companies have their own transportation companies that is different from the name that they have. And they charge the Nigerian government to transport the crude to this final destination.
Yes, they are.
And you pay them first. But what we should have been doing is, why are you shipping most of your crude when you could be refining here?
The refinery never works.
But it's deliberate.
Because it's owned in joint venture with the companies. You see, if you know that Shell is making profit, because Shell already declare profit, billions of dollars every year. My company, they declare profit too. So why not just let them own the refinery 100%?
It's fine. What I'm saying here is this, I'm trying to let you know that all of it is deliberate, because the oil companies also don't want to have refineries there because they know we don't have gas. And they know if we have refineries, yes, that transportation charge is more important to them than having a refinery that's working.
Because
it's a joint sabotage process, between the multinational corporations. That's why they will kill the cost of this. There's a reason why they sacrifice against our will. For example, how can this guy come and make people open eyes to how well we are doing? Yes.
Because you as a president, I want you to do this for Nigerians. you're going to help facilitate to pass a law. If you make 500,000 and above barrels a day, then you must have a refinery in Nigeria, 100% owned by you or by Nigerians. Yes. To have the capacity to refine half of it. So if you are not willing to do it, then you're going to lose your license.
There's no reason why.
Maybe if we make that law, that will force.
There's no reason why you cannot
build
refine most of your products instead of having to pay transportation fee. Yeah. And then you refine with one outside, and you only bring back one of the products of one of the refined products, which is or three. Yeah, petrol, diesel, and kerosene. But that costs you more. Because now you are paying double transportation. One is, and then when you get to the port here, you have to pay demurrage they will intentionally delay the arrival of your boat so that you can pay demurrage to customs. Everything is scam. Everything is a scam in this country. Government is a scam. Oil companies scam. We really need your help. Customs scam. But the reason why they are afraid of us is that they know that we have an understanding of how these things can be broken down very quickly. You know, the moment you change the players of this game, even there we get the signal over there that your company will know that they need a Nigerian subsidiary that is functioning.
Like you see,
because already they know that we know how this game is played.
Look at what you just said. Everything is scam. Yeah. Look at Nigeria, for instance. Look at our oil. This oil they call our oil. You are losing money on it. Yeah. It's not benefiting the poor people.
It's not benefiting. It's only benefiting the few.
It's only benefiting the rich. Yeah. How on earth? Dangote is building refinery in Lagos here. So they are going to charge us transportation for bringing the crude to Lagos and taking the finished product. Yeah. But guess what? Government is subsidizing dollar for Dangote to build.
This was reported by Reuters.
Yeah, I was there a few days ago. Somebody told me that all the money they spend on that refinery is government money. Because they are selling dollar to Dangote at 180 naira per dollar. When it was 460, you know, during the heat of the thing.
And
so Dangote will change the money and take the money back there.
So it's government, let's look at it. How long did it take Dangote to build this refinery? Ask yourself.
Under 2 years, isn't it?
Nah, he refused to commission it because he wants more subsidy for dollars.
Exactly.
So it's just prolonging.
So maybe it took him 5 years. There was a protest in 2012, Occupy Nigeria. We could have built 10 refineries between that time and now.
And they spend more money on
refining and selling to. Even if we are supplying just gasoline to Africa, you know, it's enough to sustain us in this country. But nobody's interested. But we are subsidizing an individual who is building and his refinery will come on stream.
And he keeps delaying it.
You know, they're subsidizing him. They are killing landowners because of him. But we cannot do that for Nigeria as a whole. So we have been here and. Amazing conversation. I have to thank you. I'm excited.
You have a lot of places to touch as well.
And a lot to say. As we say, there's always a lot to say, but little time.
We'll keep using every opportunity.
We are working together, ladies and gentlemen, with these great people here and their party in Ogun State, across Nigeria. We're going to take our country back. It's just no going back.
Thank you. I want you to please give assurance to the Nigerian youth that we are doing this because of it. Because the elders already stole.
Look, let me say this to you. I'll say it differently. I'm doing it for myself too. This is enlightened self-interest. That I don't want to die in America. I don't want to be in second slavery forever. I want a country where this is December. Look at the weather, how it feels. In America now, we'll be depressed because of winter.
Yeah, because it's very cold.
And this is Nigeria year-round, nice weather. What is lacking is infrastructure to support great life. The more we put it in place, no Nigeria will be going anywhere or we want to go and be washing plates or dead bodies. It shouldn't be. We should be able to live here comfortably.
We need someone who's going to take the battle.
And just to let you guys know that it is possible. Another Nigeria is possible. It's on our fingertips. It's on our thumbprint. But if you don't make the very deliberate decision to grab it now, it will be gone almost forever. You know, I met with a musician yesterday, Duncan Mighty. Never met him before. You know, some of these musicians you don't know that they actually are very deep thinkers and that they follow everything. You think it's all paparazzi and you know, flashy things. He was saying it, and it's like I've been following it and I'm saying to myself, man, I'm inspired by somebody who can rise say things differently, walk, his talk. And a lot of people out there people are just not confident enough to do what we are doing now because they are afraid, you know, they are worried, you know, they are anxious. No, there's only, they have done the worst they can to us. This is the time to do the best they can. Yeah, you know, even if I die today or tomorrow, I have done my own parts, you know, and I'll continue to. If there's life after death, I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing now, hunting our oppressors everywhere they go. Yes, so
that is a very wonderful word of assurance. That what he's doing right now is the best he could do, and the best he know how. That even if there is a life after what he's doing right now, he's still going to do the same thing. And I want Nigerian youth to please wake up. Look at this. This thing we're all living together. He has achieved something that most people are unable to do in the past 40 years. And that is bringing the hope of possibilities that we can actually chase these people with. We are the one working for these people. Like you said earlier, these people are not smart.
They're not.
So they can't brainwash us. We are the one brainwashing ourselves.
We
should stop arrogating to them some powers that doesn't really belong to them. Power that they don't have. So this thing is possible.
How can Buhari brainwash people when the man doesn't have brain?
Go to your brainless, I agree with you. Go to your wards, your polling units. Just talk to your people. If Sowore can get 100 votes per polling unit, that is almost 100 times 63,000, right? How much is that? That's a lot of, you know, votes.
That's all it is.
That's, you know, that's a lot of votes. So that is what we need. So I want Nigerians to please believe in its possibilities. Don't go outside your boundary. Talk to your mom, your dad, your immediate family, your friends, your school.
Share the videos with them.
You need 100 people. You see, with 100 people per polling unit, 100 people per polling unit, Buhari cannot win the election, he cannot rig it. Because with 100 people per polling unit, on the average,
they can only rig the election if you allow them to.
That is more than the amount of votes that Buhari had, you know, that made him president. So that means it's possible. So we can get it done. All you need to do is let them know about AAC, talk to them about Omoyele Sowore, talk to them about his plans. If you don't know his plans, just go on YouTube, go on Facebook. Bring out one of his videos.
Just go on his wall.
On his wall. You will see some of his videos.
Again and again.
Consistently.
One thing is the ultimate goal. Let's kick out the establishment. The fact that they are gone, meaning all their crooked ways will be gone. You see all these things they've been doing in NNPC, you know, custom. Who are the victims of it? We are the victims of it. When they go to village to kill people, they kill innocent people. When SARS arrest people because they have laptop or phone. Like right now, you are guilty. Having
they stopped me before because
you arrest you.
They were wondering
where is the receipt?
What was my job?
We the poor people, we the poor, the masses, we are the victims of this thing, and we are the one that can fix it. All the rich people in Nigeria, they are not up to 1,000. All the people owing 90% of all banks loans, they are not even up to 100. So all the corporations that owns all the money in Nigeria are not up to 300.
I think they said 350 people.
Less than 100
owns 3 trillion naira.
So they own more than our budget, our national budget. So I mean more than the part of the budget that is achievable.
Anyway,
no, they have.
We don't even achieve all the.
Some of them have gotten new loans again.
See, Burundi is one of them.
Secured by the federal government.
And they don't
have collateral for
the APC gubernatorial candidate in Imo State is one of them. He collected contracts and he didn't fix it. You know, he didn't execute the contract. So, poor Nigerians, please wake up. Go online, go to Sowore's wall, check out his videos. You can use those videos to explain to your people what his plans are. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. And I sincerely appreciate you for coming.
Great thanks for bringing in Maiyegun-General. Amazing guy here, you know. It's amazing. And
so we'll keep keeping it real, and we'll keep following our own mind on this. We won't compromise and we won't give up.
There's no going back.
We have come this far that we can't even turn back.
No, it's too late.
It's better to get to the end of it and see what.
And we're close to the end.
We're almost there.
Yeah, we are close. We are back. That's why we call this revolution now. You know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So glad to meet you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Coming.
To the team, to the Take It Back team all over the world out there. Thank you so much for standing by him.
Yes. And thanks for protecting him from the jaws of the evil. He's a great guy. You know, I want to ask him the kind of I don't know the name to use, whether I should use the village people power or the pastor power or the
he has his own way.
Or
it's the people.
He's
when you are protected by the people, you don't need it.
I watch his video every day. I say, how is he doing it? I've only been in Nigeria for how many weeks? 3 weeks now. My voice is gone. So he talks to people every day. You know, it's really.
So we see you will get inspired. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.